Recently, I asked for some recommendations on some German comedians for me to check out, and I got a lot. Thank you so much for all of them. Keep recommending more German comedians. And I recently checked out Voker Pispers, really enjoyed his brand of comedy. And one of the other comedians that people asked me to check out was Michael Mittermeier. So that's what I'm doing today. Let's check this one out. This video was recommended by one of my viewers, so looking forward to this. And yeah, recommend some other German comedians too.
Good evening, welcome, thank you very much. Welcome, welcome. It feels quite orderly inside of a German body. Yes, I was born into one, and I'm very thankful. The warm welcome tonight, many thanks, because not every German these days traveling to other countries in the European Union is getting a warm welcome like this. Wow. Angela Merkel visiting Greece. What a commotion. Huh? When you saw the news alert, go home, bitch, out of Greece, the demonstrating Greeks. And my favorite was, Angela Merkel is Hitler's daughter. Hitler's daughter? I don't know, did you ever think about how Hitler's daughter would look like? Huh? Like Angela, hey, the pictures. They showed pictures, Angela Merkel with a Hitler mustache. And come on, let's face it. If Angela Merkel wanted a mustache, she could grow one any time. Look at her. Man. She could grow one any time. Yes. And let me tell you this, my English friends. Beware of the day Angela Merkel stops shaving. But it was a false picture, kind of, because it's only a minority of the Greeks really demonstrating like, oh, Nazi Germans. The majority of the Greeks, they're very thankful. I meet a lot of Greeks in the last weeks, in a month, and they are coming like, oh, German, we are very thankful. Thank you very much for all what you did. You gave us so much money. What a gift. Excuse me, this was not a present. We bought Greece. You're mine now. Can you please mop up the floor?
Can you mop up the floor?
We bought Greece. And it turns out it was a lot cheaper than our traditional approaches in the 40s. Just kidding. I'm a German. I followed up the line like backwards to the Teutons. We're like, I'm German. Everyone was German in my family. German. And my full name is Michael Fritz Mittermeier. That's really true. Fritz. Thank you, Father. Fritz is the most fucked up German name you can have. Really? Named after every dump-ass bad guy in a Nazi World War II movie. There was always a retarded Fritz standing in front of the fortress guarding. Films like Where Eagles Dare. They were all like the cool guys, Richard Burton, Clint Eastwood. They were sneaking into the fortress. No, they were not sneaking. They were, hey, Clint, come with me. We're going, hey, Richard, be quiet. There is a guard. He doesn't hear anything. This is just Fritz. We can walk like this. We can walk like this. We can go into the fortress. Hello, Fritz. What is going on? You're dead. Is that always?
Yeah, man, I'm really liking this so far. What I like about British comedy, of course, British comedy is what I watch most, is because I'm from the UK, because I'm from Britain. I love British comedians because British people can take the piss out of ourselves, and that's our brand of comedy. We like other people to take the piss out of us, like to mock us. We like to mock ourselves. I don't really know too much about German comedy, if there's a certain style that's very popular. After watching Voker Pispers, it was very intelligent comedy, very satirical. This is a different brand of comedy as opposed to Voker. This has got this more like British kind of sense of humour where you take the piss out of yourself, which I really like, and I like his jokes and stuff. It feels like he's a bit edgy. He's talking about like the Nazis and these German characters in West or like American movies. Really like it so far. Tell me what you're thinking about him.
I was a little bit afraid doing comedy in Britain, so I thought, okay, start out in Scotland. So I went to the Edinburgh Fringe Festival. Are Scottish people here tonight? Huh? Yeah, you can show up. Yeah, Scottish people. I love having Scottish people in the audience because I will be not the one in the room who speaks the worst English. That's it.
I can see why people recommended this one, man. Yes. And I do not disagree, man. That is... Even German people can speak better English, more understandable English than people from Scotland, man. But that is good. I like that.
But for me, it's very good. But after this time in the 70s, in the 68 movement, there was a big change in German awareness of the Nazi history. Then there was like, so from now on in the schools in the 70s, they were overcompensating with information. I was the first generation in school. They taught us the Nazi and the World War like every day. It was like, yeah, you're guilty and blah, blah, blah. 3 times a week. We had a school subject called guilt.
Really?
3 times a week we had guilt. On Fridays we had shame. By the time I was 14, I thought I invaded Poland myself. Politeness, it's in your language. English, it's a, excuse me, could you, I'm sorry.
That's a great accent, man.
English always sounds like a heart attack in slow motion. You're so polite here, huh? But only in England, English people. Yeah, when they travel to sunny countries and drink beer, they turn into orcs on uppers. Yes.
That's very true, very true.
Okay. Well, it's okay. But this is fascinating. This is really fascinating. When the BA flight from Birmingham is landing in Spain, it's like a scene out of a zombie movie. And this was just the flight crew.
Very good, man, very good. Yeah, tell me what you think, being German, tell me what you think about English or British, because I can say that it's the same for Scottish people as well. When I used to go to Ibiza quite a lot. You get the flight from Scotland to Ibiza, it's trouble, man. Everybody drinks before the flight, everybody's drinking on the flight. It's like a bar, a club on the aeroplane, everybody's just a mess. I want to know what Germans think of British tourists abroad. I know British tourists have a very bad reputation for being drunk and being sick everywhere, doing the toilet everywhere, just being very antisocial. Tell me what you think about the British people abroad on holidays.
Politeness here in car traffic. You know, in Germany, traffic means war. In Germany, when you stand at the red light, and between the red and the green, there's a hint of orange glowing. In this split second, you have to kick off. Ram! Otherwise, the German driver behind you, Arschloch, Oktoberfest, du willst ficken, raus, raus, raus. Not so in England. Here at the red light, it was like, sorry. I'm just queuing.
Oh man, his impression is so
because
good.
Every night after the show, Londoners are coming to me. Hey, here in London, road rage. My beloved hobbits from the Shire. Huh? I'm used to drive in the German streets of Mordor. And I tell you a true story. I once was in London by car. And I was standing at the red light. I was looking at the GPS. It's not working. I missed the lights turning green. The lights turned red again. Okay. Do this in Germany, you'd be dead by now. Not so in England. The polite English driver behind me got out of his car. He stepped up to my car. He even knocked at my window. Excuse me, sir. Were you expecting a different color?
That sounds like such a British thing to say, man. So.
In Germany, when someone on a phone says, I come now, he's there. This is punctuality. Politeness and punctuality, for my father, the most important things. He always said, son, we have German elements in our DNA. They are like, he said, it's the 5 elements of being German. And my father, he was organization, politeness, discipline, efficiency, and punctuality. And it is the same list in sex we have.
Really?
Organization, to your place or to mine. Politeness, please. Lay down. Discipline, be quiet. Then efficiency and punctuality together. I'm coming. Now. I lived in New York for half a year, and Americans don't know much about Germany, about anything, but especially about Germany. And a true story. In a bar in New York, an American girl, she walked up to me and she asked me the following question. Hey, you German guy, why are there so many different languages in Europe? What do you answer to such a highly, extremely intelligent question? And I said to her, look, Tiffany.
Tiffany.
You want to know why there are so many different languages in Europe? Because we Germans lost the war. So, now comes the point. You know what she answered to me? Oh, I'm so sorry for you guys. Tonight I'm going to let you in on a German secret. Haven't you ever wondered why we Germans are so obsessed with environmental issues and global warming, climate change, but at the same time we build cars like there's no tomorrow. BMW, Porsche, Mercedes, Audi, Volkswagen. This is a contradiction. I thought so too. Until one day I watched the news. The anchorman was panicking about global warming. Time is running out. Heat waves, hurricanes, the sea level is rising continuously. I thought, the sea level is rising, but in Germany we have the Alps, so we have time. Not everyone has time. London, for example. I looked this up on German Google. London lies 45 feet above sea level. Munich, 2,000 feet above sea level. That's plan B. We don't need planes and tanks anymore. We just watch the tide rising. As they say at Audi, Vorsprung durch Technik. Blub, 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 blub. Huh? Scottish people can relax. You have the Highlands. Huh? Yeah. Did you ever hear Scottish people complain about global warming? No, they want to see the English drown. Huh? Bye, Big Ben. Hello, Ben Nevis. So,
that's so
45 feet above sea level. Huh? And that's why here in London, the new Wembley Stadium and the new Olympic Stadium both look like 2 giant rubber dinghies. The emergency rafts. Yes. There will be a time in the near future where a lonely Wembley dinghy drift towards Scotland. Excuse us, would you have a spot of dry land left with you? Scots standing on Arthur's seat. Sorry, we're booked. I wish everybody a safe safari to wherever he goes. Thank you very much.
Hey, I really liked that. That was great comedy. As I said, I have no experience of German comedy. And what I've seen from Michael and Voker so far has been absolutely fantastic. Love it. Two very different comedians, but two very enjoyable comedians. With Voker, I learned a lot about history. With Michael, I learned a lot about Germany, the German mentality. It was nice to hear Scotland get a mention as well. Very happy with that. But both very enjoyable comedians. Going to check out more from both of them, of course. Recommend some other German comedy that I should check out, and tell me what you think about Michael's set there. Thank you.